So we just showed up at the camper and look at all the leaves that come down. Sorry, I gotta stay in front of the camera because you gotta be able to hear me, otherwise the microphone sucks. But look at all the leaves. You could barely walk. This is crazy. All over the table. Unbelievable. So this is our last weekend. Gotta close it up. Tear in my eye. Alright, good morning folks. Here we are in the camper. We just had our last night in here. Don't mind my mess. We got my camera gear out here and a couple other things. But we're gonna start our close-up for the winter. A lot of people always asking to see how we do it and this and that. So first thing we gotta start, and it's early in the morning, it's still only just about 9 o'clock. We need to start with flushing the black tank. So what I'm going to do is this is our black tank right here. You got black and 2 gray tanks, but we're going to just open up the black. I'll save you the gory details here. I got that training, but I just want to check and see what it reads. Alright, so it's still showing 3/4 full, but these things aren't perfect. They get a little toilet paper or debris on them and they read full, but we're gonna flush it anyway. So while the tank is still open, I'm actually gonna shut off my regular water, but I'm gonna turn on, I should grab a pair of pliers. But right now, this gray line is flushing the black tank right now. So I'll let that run for like 10 minutes. Alright, so right now I pulled out my Blackstone griddle. I'm warming that up because I got to clean that for the season. Right now I also have the black tank shut, but the water's still filling up in the tank. We're going to flush that a couple times. So I just started that timer again. So the tank is nearly full with fresh water. Give it a good flushing. That's right. Okay, so while that's flushing, I'm going to deal with this. So I used it a few days ago, and I just need to clean this better, get all the grease and food remnants off of here. Even though there's not much there's just like a little piece of egg right there, but we got to take care of that so it doesn't leave any smells for mice and other varmints. I do have to clean the grease trap here, which we'll do that now. Alright, so that's still going, but I'm going to kill the water to that, and I'm going to leave that black tank open for a little bit just to let the residual water drain out of there, and we're going to go see what it reads. In the meantime, I'm cleaning my stove. Alright, so the black tank is reading empty right now. Perfect. So now I still have some water in the gray, which I'm going to drain afterwards to clean that pipe. but I'm going to give the black tank plenty of time to drain. Alright, so I got the fridge all cleaned out here, shut off. Just propping the door open. Got my stove stores in here, that's all cleaned out. I got a few seasonings in here that I'm going to take out of here for the winter. So what I didn't show so far is right now the black tank is still open draining, and the two grays I opened, basically that's just soapy water coming out of there. But I'm going to leave all three of them open, and now I'm going to open up all the access doors to get to the water pump, the back of the water heater, and the low point drains. And then we're going to drain the water heater. Shower, outside shower. So all I'm doing is I'm going to open up all of these. Every faucet is going to get open right now. Alright, so I'm opening all the sinks, which is only two of them. Let's get the So now we're going to take the shower head, put that down here, and we're going to open all of those. Now at the same time, I'm going to just flush that little residual water out of the toilet. My son just showed up with my drill that I forgot, and we're just going to quickly take this access panel off. This access is the water pump. Now I had just had this off last week because I'll show you what I did. So we did have a couple mice that were able to get into the camper, and we found where they were coming in, and we sealed off the hole. Shame on Jayco, they left a hole where they were going to put wires in, and they ended up relocating, which left a little passageway for mice. But if mice can get, they got in this area, but I mean you can see there's nothing in there now, but I sealed up all these spots with spray foam and everything, but they had nothing on this screen right here. So I put this I actually put this screen backing on here last week, just in case they got in there, because this is their only way into the actual camper. So if they do get in, they're isolated into this area here, which is good. Okay, so I gotta climb under here. Oh, alright, so little chubby guy like me doesn't fit in this spot too well. Hopefully we got no problem filming this. Alright, so I got this panel with 2 screws. And now you don't need to use a drill like this, but I'm using it just for speed, because it's very awkward to work in this situation. Alright, so where's my other screw? Right there. Make sure you put your screws where you can find them. So now you could see we have access to the back of our hot water heater, and at the same time I'm inspecting in here for any varmints, and there's absolutely nothing in here. Alright, sorry about that. I threw my hat and forgot I had my mic on there. So let's see. I still gotta go and open my low point drains. So I gotta get out of here for a second. Alright, so I always keep some cardboard around, but you can see these are our low point drains right here. So we gotta open these. Let's try and keep our cardboard clear. Wow. There we go. There we go. It almost looks like something was chewing on that. Alright, so all our water is draining out right now. Alright, so I keep forgetting to film, but right now all the faucets are open, and we just drained the hot water heater. I guess I'm not sure if it filmed or not, so, but this is the anodizing rod drain plug that comes out. So you could see right where my fingertips are how much of that anodizing rod, and this was new this year, how much of that got eaten up by the impurities in the water. So right now the camper's level, and we don't move the camper anymore for quite a while. So we're limited on, like, it's not like you could flip the camper sideways and drain all the water out. But we got the low points open. All the sinks, faucets, showers are all open. So this drains as good as possible. And now I'm going to go shut the bypass off on the back of the hot water heater. Alright, so I'm going back in my little hidey hole here. Alright. So now, so you can see that I got marks on here. So right now the bypass is closed. So no water can go from here, around here to here. And so I got this in line for summer, right? So now, turn it that way. This is completely shut off now. So now, when we start pumping antifreeze into the system, you cannot get any antifreeze inside the hot water heater. This is the heater here. It's going to come in from, let's see, it's going to come in, I believe, from this cold side, and it's going to push through the hot side and throughout the camper. So, matter of fact, here's an instruction. Let's see if you could see that. So that shows you position the valve handles towards the water heater for normal usage, and that's where it was. And now it says position the valve handles towards the inlet outlet pipes for winterizing usage. So typically when your handle is in line with your plumbing, that's typically open. When it's opposite, it's closed. In this case, this is a check, not a check valve, but this is either open in this position or open to the water heater in this position. So you'll figure it out. Normally valves like that are just on off, quarter turn. But that's all we need to do in here at the moment. Now we can commence putting antifreeze in. Okay, so now that the hot water tank is empty, we need to close all of the faucets. Can you go close the outside shower faucet? Both of them, please. And can you think you could do them low point drains?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to do it? Don't touch the new foam because that'll stick to your hand. Try not to wiggle them too much. Sorry about that. Okay, so I just shut these off here. I almost forgot to shower here. Alright. And the toilet is good. As soon as Jake is done, then we can start putting some antifreeze in. Alright, so now what we need to do is down here is our water pump, right there. Let me get my little flashlight so you can see better. This is the water pump. Alright, so what's one of the great things about Jayco is they started to put, let's see if I get this flashlight on my hat. They started to put this line already on the pump. So all you need to do is put your hose inside your gallon jug, and we're just running straight antifreeze in here. Now you have a valve, which I'm going to try and show you, but there's a valve right there. So we need, you can see that that valve is in line with this pipe right now, right? So that means the water is coming through the water pump. Now we haven't used the water pump all year because we're actually on city water right now. So but we have to utilize the water pump to push the antifreeze into the system. So it tells you what to do. But all right, hit the water pump. Now that's going to stop on its own. So you see the water level going down in here. As soon as this primes, that's going to stop. Alright, so you see how that stopped. So what I'm going to do here is, since, well, actually I don't have to do it yet, but as we do this, we got to watch the water levels in the bottles. Alright, so Mom, let me know when that gets almost empty. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to just turn this on until we get a good steady flow of antifreeze. Alright, we'll come back and hit that again. You can hear the water pump drawing antifreeze in, but it stops every time it's full. Alright, let's do bathroom sink. I'm going to do cold first. Go to antifreeze. Do the hot as well. A little air in the lines. Okay, now we're gonna do the shower. Cold first. Good antifreeze. Hot. Good antifreeze. Turlet. Good antifreeze. So let's do the cold first. Alright, so if you're not sure if there's antifreeze, you can put it on your camper, but yeah, there's antifreeze there. And now the hot side. Alright, plenty of antifreeze. Alright, what I just did is I emptied the rest of that, the residual, into the residual of that one, and now we're just going to run through the system one more time. Plenty of antifreeze. Plenty of antifreeze. There is a little air in there. That happens. Still got plenty in our bottle. Jake, let me know if that goes empty though. Okay. Plenty on the toilet. Okay. Jake, just go and hit the outside shower one time each, just fast. On, off, okay? So these newer campers, or at least this model, is pretty efficient on antifreeze. I typically only use 2 bottles. Alright, so Jake just did the outside shower, so we're good there. So now I'm just going to remove this pipe from the water pump here and kind of drain, or let the rest of that antifreeze drain into the system. And then I'm going to close that valve on the water pump. Alright, so technically we're winterized. All I need to do now is get back in here, put our plate back on, or board trap door here, and then I need to put the, which I'll show you in a minute, put the plug back in the water here. Be right back. You don't need to see this. Okay, so what we need to do here is get this back in, and all I do is catch the threads. And that's how I leave it for the winter. That's it. The city water connection, and I still need to the black water, I need to winterize that, but that's easy. This is a little bit tougher, so I need to get them pick. Alright, so you need to get this little screen out, and the easiest thing to get that out with is this little pick. I'm just trying not to let it fall on the ground. Alright, so now you have, I don't have the antifreeze pushed in, but plugged in. I'm going to try and depress this. If I get antifreeze coming out, it will be good. Otherwise, I'll have to put another bottle on quick. So here we go. I'm going to try and do this without getting wet. Jake, hit the pump. Oh, see, I got it. All right, shut it off. All right, I got antifreeze, so we're good there. All right. So I don't have to hook up another bottle. So we're good up there. So now, all we need to do is the black tank. All right, so we got this leftover gallon of antifreeze, actually from last year. So we gotta winterize this right here. So go ahead and let's screw this end. Go ahead and do that. Put that end on there. No, screw that on there for me. I only got one hand here. Here, I can hold this for you. So I just fixed this pump last week. Put some clamps on here. Doesn't have to be like super tight, just enough, so that's good, probably. All right, so take that end, drop it in the tank, in the gallon jug. Make sure you're submerged in the antifreeze. Now you're just going to give this a couple pumps, and it pumps in and out. It'll draw. Yep, keep going. If it's working. There it goes. So now it's going into. I give it one more, will be good. All right, so that's good. So go ahead and just slowly lift that, so it should start draining in. There you go. So it's slowly draining back in. You only need to get a couple pumps in there. So what that ends up doing, I only got one hand, so I can't do it. As soon as that drains, go ahead and you can take it out. Where's the cap? I'll grab that. Okay, you can take that out. That's good. A little bit ain't gonna bother nothing. Good. Just move it over the leaves, and then you could take apart that. So now we are completely drain. But what I want to explain to you about that part is that is the freshwater inlet for the black tank flush. So you would think that's just a straight tube that goes here. I'll hold it for you. Here, go ahead, take that. So you would think that's just a straight piece of plumbing into the black tank, but it's not. It actually goes into a valve, and it's a one-way valve where if there was some kind of contaminant siphoning up into the hose, it doesn't allow it to go past that point, or backwards, like the sewer water. It doesn't allow it to siphon back out into your water system, is what I meant to say. So there's a rubber check ball in there. So if you don't get the water out of there, that will freeze and damage the black water system, flush system. So that's why you pump some antifreeze in there. The residual antifreeze and water just goes down into the black tank, and it's such a minuscule amount that even if anything froze in the tank, it ain't going to do any damage. And at this point, we're just going to put, and it's so much harder to film all this stuff and do it with one hand than it is. As it is, I distracted myself a couple times. So now that all that's done, our black tank is closed, gray tanks are closed. Now we could disassemble our poop chute here, and that has been cleaned basically with the gray water holding tanks. Alright, so we just had to waste a few minutes. We were looking for that cap. I knew it was here somewhere. I ended up storing it in the bumper. So Jake already cleared the leaves around this here, so go ahead and start taking this apart. So you may want to just disconnect that orange from the white first. Yep. It's a little bit awkward, but you get it. Alright, just lay that there. Disconnect the other orange. And then we'll put that tube directly in the bumper here. Okay, so go ahead, yep, do that. And what you're going to do is start feeding that into, let me make sure ain't nothing else in there. Alright. So you're going to send that end inside. Edit, edit, edit. Alright, just don't shove it in, just lightly put it in there so it's just inside. So you got to kind of line it up so it's square. Yep, turn it. Turn it, that turns.
This turns.
So this is where we store our poop chute. Yep. Just inside. Okay. And then you put this over the bumper. There we go. So now take that red thing off. So this is an adapter that I had to purchase to make my life a little bit easier here. You can put that cap back on. You know what? You got the gloves on. Bring it over to the front one there. Yeah, just put it in that cardboard box on the top, since that's a little bit dirty. Okay. Alright, now just put that, and you don't have to tighten it, just get it caught. Don't cross thread it. Sometimes you go in reverse, but feels like it's caught, looks like it's caught. That's good. That's all you need. Alright, now we just gotta put our little ramp away here. Alright, so now we're just gonna grab, we put in 4 balloons. These 2 on this side and 2 on the other side, and that's just to keep the water from puddling up there. That's one thing that's a pretty poor design. There's not enough angle on these things. When Jayco installed the railing there, I think that thing needs to go up to the very top of that gutter. All right, so we disconnected the poop chute, put our plug back in. Now we need to get this cover back on. I got this little adapter on there, but I'm going to leave it on. It's fine. All right. All right, so all we're doing now, since the winterizing is done, right now we just killed the power to the camper. I did disconnect the 2 batteries, which I did not film. I got one here, and I still got one on the front just in case we need it. We still need to put our slide out in, and obviously the awning, which I'll probably do now. But we disconnected the power to the camper for a minute to get the ice off the fridge, the inside of the fridge. Otherwise it continues to run. So we can wipe it down, it doesn't make a mess. So while that's all going on, the majority of this stuff, including this table, needs to get into that shed right there. Alright, so now we double check the windows, all the vents. Jake, close that little vent right here. Reach up there, 2 snaps. Alright, so now we're going to bring the awning in. You're going to see some water come off there, there's a little bit. So here we go. I'm sorry to slide out. Everything is clear in here. Alright, here I go. In case nobody's ever seen this happen, this is how you do it. Now at this point you don't stop unless there's some kind of emergency. You want to continuously move this thing until it stops and clicks. So you can see the water coming down there. Alright, so we may have to do a better system next year on that water. But that's how it comes in. Everything looks good, no holes. Now I'm a little chubby, so I'm not going to be able to fit through here. So if I need to get into the fridge, I'll come in through the other door. But we're getting closer to the end here. Alright, so Jake's up on top sweeping off the roof, the leaves. Our only access now is going to be through this door. So let's clean up a few of these leaves that snuck in here. Oh, my wife grabbed all this stuff. That's good. This is nice and clean, but I'm going to keep that propped open so we get no smells. We're going to close this down. Alright, so I already wiped off the stairs. Gotta do a little bit more I missed. These stairs been down all season, so it's not often they get cleaned. Couple spider webs on there. These are the best stairs ever in campers, I say. What's the name of these? I don't know. But they are solid. Now, I'm not the lightest fella around here, so going in and out of the camper, like that back set of stairs, the camper moves. But this one, they do not. It does not. So they go up. You just have this little latch right there. Look at that. And now I'm going to close this door for good. Jake's about to get me with leaves. Alright, so we're getting our cover on. Sorry, I keep forgetting to film. Let's see if I can't set this up. I apologize for that. Sometimes you gotta just get the work done. Alright, so it looks like this way, right? So, but this way and back, it looks like. So hold on, Mom. So you ain't gonna be able to move that while I'm got the ladder against you, okay?
Close enough.
All right, we're in this one right here, see? All right, now we just gotta work on this other corner. That's tight. Well, I think I'm gonna try and start zipping these.
Do you want him to get down?
Yeah, why don't you come down now, Jake? Nah, jump. All right, I'm on it, so it's stable. You need some reinforcements to move that sucker. Go ahead, you're good. You're good. What do I feel like? Like originally we were too far forward on this thing. All right. We struggled through it, but we got it. Usually there's 4 of us. John bailed on us. So all we have to do now is throw the straps underneath, clip them, kind of snug it down. Straps on the front, straps on the back. They're already integral. And that's a wrap. Oh, and then we'll pick up our 2 mats here. Those will go in the sheds. And we'll be all set. So I'm going to end this here. I just want to say thanks for watching. That's how we winterize and put away our camper.